Hello and welcome to episode 54 of The Healthy Knitter. I am Cindy Walter with my beautiful daughter Katie from England today. Thanks for being with us, Katie.
Anytime, Mom.
And for those of you that are new, thank you for finding us. For those of you returning, we are so glad you're back. And if you're returning, you may have met Katie on a couple episodes. This is her third or fourth time, I think, making an appearance on the podcast. So we are excited to be here together with you. And let's start with what we're wearing. What do you have on? I love that beautiful blue.
Oh, thank you. I showed this last time I was on chatting with you while we were working together in northern Michigan. So this is my finished Esther jacket all in one piece. I got most of the way done while in Michigan. When I got home, I just had some sleeve work to finish and button bands, which I've got some beautiful buttons added on and quite happy with this one.
That's great. And you were not super fired up about the color at first. And now how do you feel?
I still feel like this would look really nice dyed navy blue, but I am happy with the color at the same time. So I think I'll wear it as is for a bit, and if I change my mind, I can always dye it down the road.
I would just say make a navy blue one later in a different pattern because that looks great. It really does. I would hate to see you mess with it. It's really pretty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and I have my third and final Bluebell because Katie took my second back to England with her. And I love this. This was a really fun, easy pattern, really loosely knit. I love it. It's airy. It's, very light. It's been so hot in Ohio, and this is something that I've been able to wear because it's breezy and airy. But this is with Isager soft fine yarn, and I would totally knit with this again. It was just a dream to knit with. Not fun to take out. So if you make a mistake, I don't think this would ever unravel. It, especially once you block it, it's kind of furry and fuzzy, and it's really hard to take out. But boy, fun to knit with. So, all right, and then you have some finished projects.
Well, in addition to the Esther that I'm wearing, I finished one more this week, which will be for the newest Walter on the
Oh,
way.
gosh, that is so cute. So share with everybody what yarn you used for that.
Well, I have been collecting a number of just leftovers. This is all wool. The white is alpaca, the rest is sheep's wool. I've been accumulating a little pile of colors that I thought would start to go well together for something like this. And finally, I had enough ready to do something. I already did something newborn sized for my niece on the way, my mom's granddaughter. So I wanted to do something else using up those scraps, but that baby will be living in Taiwan where it's quite hot most of the year. So I went with a 18-month size so that next winter she can wear it. I feel like my mom and I could possibly inundate this family with hand knit. So I wanted to be thoughtful that we don't give them a million newborn things and maybe prepare them for future steps. So it's an 18-month size, just using up a number of scraps. Some of them being mine, some of them I've accumulated from friends. So the greens that you see, my friend Siobhan gave me, the yellow, the white, and the pink is all stuff that I've used before.
So cute. And what pattern is that?
It's a modification that I did off of a Knitting for Olive pattern. So the original pattern is called the Daisy Cardigan, and I did do the Daisy Cardigan where you're making flowers into the cardigan with later stage you embroider the petals of the flowers, but I just made a few modifications to that, and then obviously was striping as I went with my scraps.
So cute. So cute. So on that same note, I'll show you my Petite Knit. This is the teddy bear sweater minus the teddy bear. So I'm not doing the teddy bear on it. And I'm coming along. It's not finished, so this is not a finished project. I'm on whips already. But I did one sleeve. So let's see here. So I've got the sweater and one sleeve done. I just have to do the second sleeve. And it's probably hard to see the fabric, but it's a very um, creamy color with just really very light pink in it. It's very subtle. It's adorable. And instead of the teddy bear, I'm going to do something cute with either a heart or a flower. I haven't figured that out yet, but Oh, you're right. It's so fun to knit baby things.
Is this truly your first baby project? I just don't know how that's possible. I really don't.
Hmm. For some reason, I know you think this is crazy, but I don't know why I was kind of intimidated by baby things. I don't know, but
I don't know
it's, I
either.
think if you're looking, and honestly, now that I'm doing this, this should be a knitter that wants to make their first sweater. They should do a baby sweater because it works up quickly. You get that instant gratification. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm ready to do a sleeve already. And I think you learn the skills that then you can take it to a larger sweater. So I think my mindset was totally backward on this. I would, now that I'm going through this process, I would take someone that wants to make their first sweater and start on something like this. Great way to learn a basic raglan sweater. So, oh my gosh, it's so fun. I'll probably have that done today because the sleeve works up pretty quick. So, all right, what else are you working on?
I have one other project I'm working on, which I've had some non-linear progress on today. So I was quite a bit further than what I have to show now. I made a first attempt at this and tore it back, and this is attempt number two. But this will be vest number 10 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. I'm doing a matching vest and skirt set in preparation for a trip I'm going on in a few weeks to Sicily. So I picked up this wool and I think I showed it on the podcast in Michigan. I got this in Beulah at Farm to Needle. It's Quince and Co. Chickadee. And the reason I had to pull out is because this isn't the exact recommended yarn for the pattern, and the weight of the yarn is not quite what the pattern calls for either. The pattern is DK, and this is sport weight. Although if you look at this yarn, interestingly, on their official website, it says sport/DK. Um, and I'm not the kind of knitter that goes with recommended yarns. Almost everything, I kind of get the yarn first and then I find patterns to work with it. And I prefer to do it that way because then even if you're doing the most popular petite knit pattern, you get a finished project that's still unlike anything else you're going to see. So I'm happy to kind of problem solve as I go along in these projects, and do it a kind of the hard way. But I did have issues with this one because the pattern is holding two fingerings together to achieve DK. But when you actually hold this, although it's supposed to be a DK, I guess, it's really thin, I thought, for a DK. And I got this little tool. I actually don't have it just beside me. I got a little tool to measure the wraps per inch to try to get kind of exact with yarn substitutions. And when I wrapped two strands of this together, I was actually then achieving the correct thickness for DK. So I started with two strands and I was really happy with everything about it. It felt really luxurious. The fabric was beautiful. Because this is lace and obviously it has holes, I kind of liked that it was nice and thick and I didn't feel like I'd have to have like massive layers underneath so it wasn't too see-through. So I was really happy with it. The size was great, but at the end of the day, it was going to eat up twice the amount of wool. And I'm doing this project now in hopes that I can wear it in Sicily. And two strands of merino wool, it was getting heavy. And I figured I won't be actually able to wear that in hot summer Sicily. So I decided to start again with the one strand and just see if I would be happy with it. And I really am. The size of the piece isn't any smaller. Obviously, I'm gonna have enough wool this way. I won't have to order extra to do both halves. So I just before I got on with mom, I went ahead and frogged the original, and now I'm back to working on this back piece for the vest.
Oh, so we have to watch that progress, and we'll share the finished outfit in Sicily picture with you all because that's going to be stunning. I can't wait to see it.
Hopefully,
Awesome.
I'm pretty confident I'll get the vest done before, and I think the skirt would get done on the trip if not before. So we'll see.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Well, I've made zero progress with the baby blanket I'm working on. I'm making this adorable blanket. I've got it casted on. I've got the first 4 rows done, and then I put it aside to really work on the sweater. So I'll get back to that this weekend. I'm going to learn, it is called the Irish Moss uh, pattern. I'm going to learn that stitch, and then I know how to cable. but I've never done left and right facing to make hearts. So that'll be a new pattern for me too. So I'm excited to figure that out, and I'll get on that this weekend. And then I did cast on another pair of socks because we always have to have socks going. So not much to show here with the socks, but I'm using a Frankie gray fiber set that I got. They are two sisters that have a podcast out of Canada that I love to follow. They're hysterically funny. They talk for over 2 hours a podcast, and it's not just knitting. They talk about everything, and they're just a hoot to follow. So I have just gotten the two socks casted on, and I got the cuff done on one, and started with the main color, which let me show you the main color. All right, here we go. Can you see it on the screen, Kate?
Mhm.
Okay, so it's a really pretty blue and purpley color. I'm excited to work on those. So that's going to be my kind of travel project and on the bike project when I'm working out. And I think that's it whip-wise. I've got a couple others that are buried that I'm not going to show because I've made zero progress on those. How about any yarn acquisitions? Have you been a good girl since you got back?
I don't think I've bought any new. I've gone to the charity shops a few times to look. I had a cart full this morning of extra chickadee, and that's what inspired me to go back and start again. So no, I haven't gotten anything new. Mm-mm.
Okay, so I have, but I can't show you a couple things because we have a local yarn crawl going on, and I had a doctor appointment for my foot up in the Cleveland area, and my husband went with me. It was a consultation to see if I'd be a candidate for this stem cell injections, and my husband's like, Katie's dad said, "Do you want a yarn crawl?" And I'm like, seriously, you'll take me? He actually enjoyed that last year. So he's like, yeah, I'll work on my Chinese. You can yarn crawl. So we went to two places because the appointment ended up taking a long time. I actually had my first set of PRP injections. So we only went to two shops, but I did get some gifts. So two of the people I got gifts for watch this podcast. So we're not going to talk about that, but I will show you two things that I did buy that are probably going to remain in my house. And this is a sock set of yarn that is just adorable. I love the color, and it's fancy. Ooh, it's got a cuss word. Fancy. Can you see it?
Even blurred out on there.
Is it?
I can't quite tell.
It's fancy ass sock yarn. That's what it's called. So really cute hand dyed yarn. So I've got that. And then the other thing I bought was a little mini set, and this is Wonderland Yarns, and it's called Mary Ann. And you actually can download a cowl pattern with this, which I'm going to download just to see. I don't wear a ton of cowls. I'm finding I like the scarves when it starts to get cool that I can wrap around and around, but cowls I don't wear as much. So I might just use this for minis to go along with my socks because I like to do multicolored socks. So
Is
that's
it
it for,
wool?
say it again.
Is it wool that,
Mm.
because mittens maybe as well could be a
Oh,
fun.
yeah, yeah.
I already have some stuff put aside for mittens, I think.
Do ya?
I think so.
Okay, this is fine superwash merino and nylon. So it's more like in the, yeah,
Fine. Maybe
yeah.
not for a mitten then. And it reminded me, it came back to my head. I did get some wool since I was on your podcast anyway. When I got back to the UK, I found myself in a small city. I think it's a city, although it could be just a town. It might not be considered a city. Oakham, or maybe that's even a village. I'm not sure. But it was very quaint in the Midlands, and there was a wool shop. And I liked the owner so much that I did go ahead and buy a little bit of mohair from her. I was contemplating holding a mohair with the blue sky fibers I got in Michigan for a vest that I'm going to make. And she didn't have quite the shade that I wanted, but it was drops, like brushed mohair. And it's like 3 pounds of skein. So I got a few skeins of that, and I'm hoping I don't regret the color. But if not, I'll use it for something else. But I did acquire that.
Okay, so are you gonna swatch with the two together to see if you like the look before you
Probably,
do
probably.
the
I'm not much
project?
of a watcher. I probably would
Me
just start
either.
I don't like it, rip it back. But
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're probably not a swatcher because I'm not a swatcher.
well, well, I mean, there could be the argument that you, for sizing purposes, you would want to do the swatch and measure and all that. But I've never had a sizing issue because I feel like I can tell pretty quickly if the gauge is off. Like it has happened a few times. Like I said, I sub a lot of yarns, but like I kind of understand what part of the garment I'm knitting, and therefore I kind of know where it needs to sit on my body. So if you hold it up, like right away, you can tell if it fits. So if you're going to do a little bit of knitting and then have to restart anyway, like I'd rather just be working on the project than this swatch. What am I going to do with that, you know?
I will sometimes, after I get going on a project, measure just to see if I'm on track or not. And most of the time, I'm pretty good. So I feel like my gauge must be not, I think I call myself a loose knitter, but I must be pretty consistent. Maybe not too loose, not too tight. So,
And yeah, I got gray. I wanted gray mohair. It's just not as dark as I wanted, so I don't feel like I really need to swatch because it'll just be a different shade of gray.
yeah, then you like it or you won't.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I still want to do something in navy blue down the road. I have nothing in navy blue. I've got the red cardigan I'm excited to get. And thank you guys. So many of you have recommended cardigan patterns. I've been looking them all up. I still haven't figured out exactly what one I want, but I have saved several that you guys have recommended. And I'll tackle that project, but it's a little bit down the road. So, yeah. So I have yarn to give away. I didn't even count how many people actually commented on the prize video. I want to say we have at least 75 people in this drawing, so I'm excited. Do you want to do that next?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So you just had to watch episode 53 and comment, like, and subscribe to the channel to be entered in the drawing. And here is my random spinner with everyone's names on it. And we're going to be giving the yarn to the lucky winner. Here we go. Let's see who it is. All right, Robin Myers. Congratulations. So, Robin, hopefully you'll watch this episode too and just send me an email. I'll put my email address in the description and I will mail off your West Yorkshire spinners. Did you make your socks? Didn't I buy you a skein of
I
this?
have a skein of this Christmas that I am planning on doing this Christmas. I got it a little too close to the holidays. They weren't going to get done, so I've saved
Yeah.
them for this year.
Yeah, and they just worked up. It's funny, they're, can you see the sparkle on the screen?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. It's not too sparkly. Like I like it. It's very subtle and it just stripes up so pretty. I was so excited as I started making these, how they worked up so beautifully. And every time I've worn them, people are like, "You didn't make those socks, did you?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and they just flip out. So yeah, very
I've done
excited.
a pair of their sock yarn, just not the Christmas edition. And same thing, every time I wear them, people are like, "Oh, no way you made those."
Yeah. And I know I can buy this yarn. A lot of places sell it in the States, but boy, next time I come to see you, I'll be buying a lot again because that I love it. Every sock yarn, I think that's all I bought was sock yarn from West Yorkshire Spinners. I
No,
love.
you got some tweed as well that you need to use up.
Oh, was that West Yorkshire?
Hmm.
Okay, so that is in my bag right here by my desk. Partnered. Oh, it is. Yep, it's the Croft. Yep. This tweed that for some reason I've got married in my head. I want to match with this Lopi. And I started a sweater with it and I didn't like I held two strands of this because I thought it would be about the same consistency and it was too thick. So I don't think I need two strands. So I'm going to try again. Yeah, that's a project.
Also can really, I can see it more as a consistent stripe of the two if you have enough. I don't know how much you have. I think that would be a good balance as opposed to a solid body and a contrasting edge. I think I would like, do you have enough to do a consistent stripe up a whole thing?
I certainly have enough of the tweed. I only have one of these, but this lasts a long time, these cakes. This
Mhm.
is Icelandic Lopi wool and it does last a long time, but
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know if it's because they're different textures and like one's solid and one's patterned. I feel like they're almost so contrasting that it'd be hard to do majority one and then just a little bit of the other.
Yeah, the other thing I thought about too is maybe I look at a patterned sweater and I just run the rust color like in the yoke. I thought about that too because I my plan was to do the cuff or the neck and the cuffs and the waistband in the rust. And yeah, I just didn't like it when I started to put in the tweed color. I showed Katie and she was like, "Yeah, no, frog it."
For some reason, I've had some of that croft as well, and I've never known quite what to do with it.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm struggling with that. And I feel like I need to tackle that one before. I still have Fable West Yorkshire spinner. Oh my gosh, that was West Yorkshire too. Yeah, I have a couple that I need to get on. So, yeah, lots
You're
of
not allowed to come
projects.
back to England until you get through some of that.
I am not coming back to England till I'm done with all of my West Yorkshire spinners. So, I'll get on it. I'll get on it. All right, anything else we need to chat about? I do have um a knit along August 23rd from 10 to 12 Eastern time. So I'll put the Zoom link in here. Maybe one of these days you can join us. People would love to see you. And I do have Leslie from the UK that joins me almost every single time, who talked about a really fun festival that you should go to in September.
Mhm.
That's not far from you.
I hope I do get to that, but I will be in Sicily for this next knit along, unfortunately.
Oh, that's okay. You have fun in Sicily.
But
All
I'll
right.
send you guys a picture to look at of me and
Yeah.
my outfit.
Yeah, that would be absolutely wonderful. All right. Well, we are so excited to be with you guys. Thank you for all the positive feedback. We've kind of talked a little bit and dropped some seeds about us wanting to do a future retreat in northern Michigan, and the response has been amazing. So, Katie and I are in the initial stages of how do we want to do this? Do we want to share any of our thoughts or ideas, or not yet? You like to keep things close-lipped.
Well, like I said originally, like this idea is one I think we're ready to talk about because we have a pretty clear vision of how it would go. So what we're thinking is maybe we'll run two sessions, one followed by the other, maybe 3, 4 days a piece, with a little break in between, one with a more active itinerary. So I'm a yoga teacher. We could be doing yoga in the mornings. We could be going on hikes. We're thinking it'll be a fall retreat, so probably like not too much water activities, but moving our bodies, being on our feet. And then the second one could be a little bit more leisure. We could be enjoying the wineries in northern Michigan, a little bit more time maybe with our knitting. Maybe we visit some more yarn shops because we've gotten some cool recommendations of ones we actually haven't been to up there as well. So we thought about running two, so people can kind of choose the one that would most fit what they'd be wanting to do if they have a few days away.
Yeah, and I told this to a couple of my local friends here, and they're like, "Well, what if you want to do both?"
You know what? I shared it at my knitting circle here in York. And I have a friend, Siobhan, who's interested in coming, and she said the same thing. What if I want to do both? And I
Well,
said,
if
well,
she's
time
coming,
for
she needs to
that.
come. She's coming all the way from England. She needs to
Yeah.
come for the whole week.
Yeah.
Oh, she'd love it all. Yeah. Oh, that would be great. That would be great. Oh, okay. So, yeah, we're in the initial stages of where exactly we want to do it. How close to Traverse City do we want to be? So, because most people will probably drive, but we might have people flying in. So we have to think about cars and getting everybody to and fro. So we'll keep you posted, but we're really excited about it, and the feedback has been amazing.
Mhm. Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
sure we're ready to kind of open up a interest list, waiting list here soon as we start to get a few more details in place.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, happy knitting, everyone. Have a great weekend, and let us know in the comments what you're working on. We love to see that, and we will see you soon. Thanks so much, Katie.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye bye.